AOC, you know her, she's a big proponent of Black Lives Matter. Well, except when it's inconvenient for those Black Lives to matter, especially when it's Clarence Thomas. Yeah, she believes that he should resign or face impeachment over what his wife said. What? Fuck, this makes zero fucking sense. Far left Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said Tuesday that Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who she just wished would fucking die already. Oh my god, couldn't that infection have claimed him from earlier in the month? No, you evil bitch. Should resign in the wake of revelations that his wife sent texts that pushed to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. I'm sure that's exactly what she was calling for. Clarence Thomas should resign. Why? If not, his failure to disclose income from right-wing, I'm so used to it just being far right. Anyways, right-wing organizations recuse himself from matters involving his wife, and his vote to block the January 6th commission from key information must be investigated and could serve as grounds for impeachment, said the noted constitutional scholar. That's a joke, by the way. Congress must understand. They must understand my truth. That a failure to hold Clarence Thomas accountable sends a loud, dangerous signal to the full court, Kavanaugh, Barrett, and the rest. Why would you point out two rhinos and then like the most based man to have ever lived and lump them all in the same sentence? Anyways, and the rest that his acts are fair game. Cool. Tell us more about your unabashed support for the fucking pedo sentencer. Go ahead and do that. The squad member added in a second tweet, "This is a tipping point. It's really not. It's really, really not. Inaction is a decision to erode and further delegitimize SCOTUS." No. That happened a long fucking time ago. God, she's so dim. Last week, reports revealed texts between Virginia Ginny Thomas, a conservative activist and former aide to President Donald Trump. Oh my god, she's associated with Trump. We should just like basically get rid of all of them and lock them all up because they're insurrectionists. And then White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows in the aftermath of the 2020 presidential election. Okay. Help this great president stand firm, Mark. Oh my god, clearly seeking to overturn the results of the election, right? Virginia Thomas wrote in a November 10th, 2020 message, "You are the leader with him who is standing for America's constitutional governance at the precipice. The majority knows Biden and the left are attempting the greatest heist of our history." Okay. Other than strange capitalization, I don't really see anything wrong with that. But again, you know what, hey, I'm not in the same brain capacity categorization as AOC. Her intellectual equals are, I don't know, depends on when this goes up, probably just either getting off the school bus or playing with coloring books right now. Anyways, "Do not concede," she reportedly wrote in another text dated previous to that November 5th, 2020, before even the mainstream media declared Biden the winner of the election. So, okay. Biden crime family and ballot fraud co-conspirators, elected officials, bureaucrats, social media censorship mongers, fake stream media, reporters, etc. are being arrested and detained for ballot fraud right now, okay, and over coming days, and will be living in barges off Gitmo to face military tribunals for sedition. She wrote in an exceptionally spicy message. Well, other than being wrong about anybody being arrested and detained, all of that is, I don't know, just banter between friends. What's the problem? It's not like, hey, I'm going down to my local precinct to intimidate poll watchers. Not happening. And they're on this, Clarence, her husband, is on the Supreme Court. Don't they live in, like, Washington, where they vote 95% Democrat anyway, so her vote really doesn't matter? Anyways, several Democratic lawmakers quickly blasted her husband, who earlier this year was the lone dissenting justice when the Supreme Court refused to block the release of trove of documents that Trump fought to keep from the White House Select Committee investigating the Capitol riot. Why would he do that, huh? I don't know. Maybe because it's just doxing people and it's an affront to free speech. Probably something like that. Maybe Clarence Thomas is actually based and he's going against what the mob was saying. because that was a very politically charged topic. Oh, it has something to do with January 6th. And then the rest of the cucks on the Supreme Corpse decided to side with everybody else. Oh, it erodes our democracy, and it's just against those evil insurrectionists. We should do everything in our power to help them out. And maybe Clarence was there just being like, I don't know, there's like that First Amendment that's up there. We should probably hold to that one. Oh, wait, but you guys are just all caught up in this hubbub. I get it. Judges are obligated to recuse themselves when their participation in a case would create even the appearance of a conflict of interest. A person with an ounce of common sense could see that bar is met here. Okay, cool. Actually, though, judges are never asked to recuse themselves over political views. So whenever there's a conflict of interest, that's when a judge should recuse themselves, but it like literally never ever happens. But what would they know? They're just a former clerk for Clarence Thomas. It's so predictable. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has now threatened Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Can we call her a racist? Because he is black. To resign or face impeachment. Leftists in Congress and the media hyperventilate over every tidbit showing that Justice Thomas's, that's a mouthful, wife Ginny is involved in national conservative politics, most recently that she pushed for integrity in the 2020 election. Yeah, cool. She had thoughts on the subject that was very well publicized. Cool. Her and literally everybody else in the fucking world. This isn't news. I know. And it has nothing to do with Justice Thomas's ability to be fair and an impartial jurist. Yeah, pretty much. Yet the left breathlessly deploys false and double standards because they don't know how to read. Oh, I'm sorry. They are desperate to attack the justice who has been faithful to the United States Constitution. They are trying to hijack it for their own political agenda. Yeah, because, okay, Breyer retiring, that's nice. They can install the 54-year-old idiot onto the Supreme Court because, Ketanji Brown Jackson is an unremarkable person in every single sense of the word. Oh, but she's so qualified. Yeah, cool. The most qualified person for the job, which if you just listen to Biden, it was be black and have a vag. She is eminently qualified, but theoretically so is Candace Owens, and I think that would make for a far more entertaining Supreme Court. Oh, but I got to rescind that anyways, because I don't think Candace would have voted for Biden, so by his logic, and he is the president, the most popular president literally ever, 81 million votes, can't be wrong. Candace didn't vote for Biden, so she isn't black anymore. Anyways, in a country based on self-government, you'd love to think that, right? It's just not the case anymore. Citizens must be informed about what their government is doing. You just love that there are some idealists out there. Because the media won't report on this non-story accurately, here are the facts. Judicial recusals are about financial, legal, personal, and professional interests. Yeah. Federal statute governs when justices, including Supreme Court justices, should recuse themselves. 28 U.S.C. Section 455. You can read it if you'd like to pull it up using the subsection in the United States Constitution. Statute recites various circumstances in which a judge shall disqualify himself, back when the world was better, from a case mainly financial, legal, personal, or professional interests of the justice or a family member. Wall Street Journal recently reported the big issue is the judges often fail to recuse themselves when they have a financial stake in the outcome of the case. That is not the word in the statute about the judge needing to recuse himself because he, much less a family member, has taken a public position on a political matter. Yeah, these were private messages between two individuals. Oh, but Mark Meadows was so close to Trump. Doesn't matter. Political views do not require recusal. No, they do. Unless they're the political views that our side likes. Then it's totally fine. Judges avoid wading into partisan politics out of prudence. That's a lie. That doesn't happen nowadays. But again, we're just dealing with ideals here. Not because of any legal obligation. They do it out of respect for the judicial role, which is non-political. Ask the Crumbly family right now what they're going through. Anyways, Cases are decided on law and facts. Okay. Even if the judge or family member has a strong opinion about the matter at hand, a judge symbolically dons a black robe to reinforce that he decides a case. He puts his personal views aside, and they just look oh so comfortable. Recusal standards are tied to the constitutional lifetime appointment of justices. Yup, justices, whatever. Article 3 of the Constitution provides the Supreme Court justice serve for life. This is to protect a judge from politics, not to protect politics from judges. It does not mean that jurists have to recuse themselves if their family member acts upon their political views. Yeah, exactly. What somebody else does has literally nothing to do with their ability to perform their appointed vocation. When a case presents a purely political rather than legal question, the court declines to adjudicate it, unless, of course, it's Obamacare or gay marriage. Anyways, leaving it to the political branches of the government, which under our Constitution are accountable to citizens. We'd be here all day if I keep pausing on all this stuff and commenting on it. A case teeing up a purely political question won't be decided by the court. Turns the principle of a non-political judiciary on its head to say that a political tempest on which most American citizens have opinions could force a justice to recuse himself, much less be impeached. Can you imagine if CNN had chased Justice Ginsburg into her garage to confront her about her abortion advocacy when she was coming home from the hospital after he treated for cancer? It's unthinkable. Yet CNN feels perfectly entitled to confront Justice and Mrs. Thomas as they arrive home from the hospital. Yes, CNN should be firebombed. But then again, that's just a statement from, just any other day that ends in Y. So yeah, AOC hates black judges, but what do you expect from a partisan hack anyways? With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.